G'day guys, welcome to Teach Together Try. We are looking at volume, we are looking at capacity and mass conversions. And conversions just means how do we make all these guys equal each other. And you might look at this bucket, you might ask what's the volume of the bucket, what is the capacity of the bucket, and what might be the mass of the cat in the bucket. Okay, let's have a go. Our learning intention today, is we are learning that 1 cubic centimetre, which is a volume measurement, equals 1 milliliter, which is a capacity measurement, which equals 1 gram, which is a mass or weight measurement. Okay. And our success criteria might look a little bit like this. Today we're trying to understand that I guess that 1 cubic centimetre equals 1 milliliter, which also equals 1 gram, which is of course a weight measurement. And that also means I guess that 20 centimeters cubed, I might write that a bit better, 20 centimeters cubed equals 20 milliliters, which equals 20 grams. Okay, so that's the sort of success criteria we're looking at. Oh, by the way, let's just go all the way. Look, 1,000 centimeters cubed equals 1 litre, which actually equals 1 kilogram. Okay, there's our success criteria for today. Let's get on with the lesson. Okay, here we are in the teach phase, guys. And what I want you to understand is volume. The volume of an object is the measure of the amount of space occupied by that object. For example, here's a cubic centimetre. Here it is. You've probably seen this in your classroom, these little wooden cubes. They've been in classrooms since I was a little boy, which is about 100 years ago. And this cubic centimetre, I guess, is 1 centimetre across, it is 1 centimetre long, and it is 1 centimetre tall, which means it takes up the space of exactly 1 centimetre cubed. It takes up the space of, a cube that is 1 centimetre long, 1 centimetre across, and 1 centimetre high. And that's a space measurement. How much space does this object take up? Let's look at capacity. You need to know about capacity. Capacity is the amount of liquid that a container can hold. For example, we had our bucket on the front, and here's a lovely bucket I'm going to draw for us. There's the bucket, perfect. And let's say that this is a smaller bucket. It is only a 500 milliliter bucket, and let's say filled up, this bucket can take 500 milliliters of water. Okay, if it was 2 buckets, it might be 1 litre of water. So capacity is the amount of liquid a container can hold. And our last definition today is mass. Mass, which is a measure of how much matter is in an object, which is commonly measured by how much something weighs. That's what I want you to think about when you think about mass, how much something weighs. For example, here's the bucket of water on the from the other page. Remember that? And of course we had 500 milliliters of water in that bucket. I guess that might actually weigh about 500 grams. But of course you'd also have to add the weight of the bucket, which might be an extra 20 grams or so. Okay, so mass is about how much something weighs. Okay guys, we're still in the teach phase, and you might remember this from the success criteria. So basically, let's remember that 1 cubic centimetre, which is volume, equals 1 milliliter, which is capacity, which equals 1 gram, which is mass. And that looks like this. 1 centimetre cubed equals 1 milliliter, which equals 1 gram. Or it looks like this. 20 centimetres cubed equals 20 milliliters, which equals 20 grams. Or it looks like this. 1,000 centimetres cubed equals, I guess, 1,000 milliliters, which of course equals 1 liter, which equals 1,000 grams, which actually equals 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram. Or 25 cubic centimeters equals 25 milliliters, which equals 25 grams. You can work it backwards as well. What if you had 706 grams? Oh my goodness. I guess that would equal 706 milliliters, which would equal 706 centimeters cubed. Okay? That's the teaching phase over. Let's do some together. Okay guys, welcome to the together phase. Let's have a look at this one. If the volume, I guess, is 102 centimeters cubed, well, the capacity is going to be 102 milliliters. Can you please work out the mass? So draw this chart in your books and work out the mass for me there. Okay, I hope you've done that. I hope you've paused me and you've done that. And I hope you worked out the mass was, in fact, 102 grams. Okay? Oh, sorry about that. Grams. Let's have a look at 2 liters. What about the next one? If that's 2 liters, well, that's, I guess, the same as 2,000 milliliters, which is going to be, I guess, 2,000 centimeters cubed. I wonder what you're going to pop down for mass. I wonder what you're going to pop down for mass. Okay, have a go. Hey, there's 2 ways you could have done this. You could have written, I hope you paused me and I hope you did it. You could have written down 2,000 grams, which is fine, or because you know that, because you perhaps you know, or I hope you do know, 2,000 grams is the same as 2 kilograms, and that would have been a perfectly acceptable answer as well. Hey, the last one, what do you think? Can you finish off this one by yourself? If it's 500 grams, what's going to be the capacity and what's the mass going to be? So pause me and have a go. Okay, I hope that you've paused me, and I hope for volume you got 500 centimeters cubed, and I hope for mass that you got 500 milliliters. Okay, on to the next slide. Okay, here we are in the together phase still. What about this one? 1,001 centimeters cubed. Okay, let me help you out with capacity. I would just go ahead and write something like this. I would go ahead and write 1,001 milliliters, which is a perfectly acceptable answer. What are you going to write for mass? Have a go. Pause me. I think that you should have written 1,001 grams. Now, if you're super clever, you could have actually written 1.001 kg. Same thing. Okay, what about over here? 1,500 milliliters in volume. Well, let me go ahead and answer this one down here. As a mass, I would probably put down 1.5 kilograms, but you could also put down 1,500 grams. Same thing. What should the volume be? You have a go. And I hope that you put down 1,500 centimeters cubed. What about this one here? 1,900 grams. Well, for capacity, I'm probably going to put down... Actually, I won't do capacity. I'm going to do volume. Volume, I'm going to put down 1,900 centimeters cubed. What are you going to put down in capacity? Have a go. Okay, pause me. I hope you've had a go. There's 2 ways you can answer it. You could have written down 1,900 milliliters, or 1.9 kilograms. Same thing. Okay, let's move on to the try phase. The try phase. Okay, here we are. I want you to have a go at this all by yourself. 3,000 centimeters cubed. What is that as a capacity and as a mass? 2,350 milliliters as a volume and a mass, and 2,830 grams as a capacity and a volume. Okay, see if you can have a go all by yourself. Okay, I hope that you pause me. Let's answer this. There's a couple of ways you could have answered this. The simplest answer was probably 3 liters, but you could have also written down 3,000 milliliters would have been perfectly acceptable. Mass, you could have written down 3 kilograms, but you could have also written down 3,000 grams. That's acceptable. Okay. For volume here, over here you require this to be 2,315 centimeters cubed. Now your answer here could have been 2.315 kilograms, which is fine. Or you could have written down 2,315 grams, which is also fine. And last but not least, over here, volume would have probably been, in fact, exactly been 2,830 centimeters cubed. And in the middle here, there's a couple of answers you could have had. You could have had 2,830 milliliters, which is perfectly fine, or you could have had 2.830 liters. Okay, this has been Teach Together Try. We have been looking at, volume, capacity, and mass conversions, and we have been learning that 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter, which equals 1 gram. Okay, thanks for watching.